Between quality issues, poor customer service, and the constant price increases, some people, myself included, are gradually moving away from luxury retailers. Whether it's for financial or ethical reasons, more people than ever are buying their luxury handbags on the pre-loved market. So today we're talking about the best places to buy affordable designer handbags. So if you're interested, just keep watching. Hey, I'm Dre and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Over here, we're all about looking and feeling our best for less. So if that's something that you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the red bell so that you know whenever I upload new videos. So let's get into the best places to buy affordable designer bags. First, I like to talk about eBay. Now, I know it may not be the first place you think to look when you're looking to purchase pre-loved luxury, but don't sleep on them. In my opinion, they are just as safe as any other platform, and they offer an authenticity guarantee. I've purchased 2 Louis Vuitton, 7 Gucci bags, and an MCM on eBay. And all of those purchases, I only had one return. And that return was a vintage Gucci jacket that I purchased for $225. As soon as I saw it, I knew it was fake, but the seller wasn't as savvy. She was extremely apologetic and she accepted my return without any issues. But on eBay, any bag that's $500 or more will be authenticated for free immediately after purchase and prior to shipping. And they also offer authentication services for an additional $40 for items that are less than $500. And they have a wide variety of brands, everything from Hermes to Ferragamo. And of course, they also have plenty of LV, Gucci, and Chanel. If you go to the site, shop by category, and select handbags, you'll be guided to a page that features designer handbags. And as you can see, you can select brands on the left side of the page. I search by brand if I'm just browsing with no particular piece of mind. But if I'm looking for something specific, I use the search bar at the very top of the page or the app. So let's just say I'm looking for the Loewe puzzle bag. Right now, there are about 958 available. There's a wide range of sizes, colors, and price points to choose from. And if you already have an account on eBay, it's easy to save pieces that you like. That way, you can receive notifications if the seller reduces the price. The one thing about eBay, though, that sets them apart from other platforms are the auctions. And I know that's not for everybody, but if you really like a good deal, have the patience and move strategically, you can really score big in one of the auctions. So if you save an item and it goes live, you'll receive the notifications when that auction is almost over. And that's an awesome tool to have if you plan on trying to steal or win the auction in the last 30 to 60 seconds, which happens quite frequently. If that's not your thing, though, you can always filter for items that are available for the buy now. But there's so much to be said about the auctions on eBay that I could spend an entire video on that alone. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you would be interested in learning more about. But the next platform that I want to talk about is Fashionfy. Now, guys, Fashionfy does have a solid reputation among luxury online resellers, and it's been reinforced by their e-commerce partnership with Neiman Marcus. Fashionfy doesn't have as big a selection of super vintage pieces as eBay, and for the purpose of this video, I'm going to refer to anything made in the 90s as super vintage. So, of course, pieces that are that old tend to be less expensive than vintage items made in the early 2000s. Nevertheless, Fashionfy still has a great selection of pre-loved luxury handbags. Their site is easy to navigate, and just like eBay, if you sign in, you can save pieces you like. And there are actually 2 things that set Fashionfy apart from the other online resellers. The first and probably the coolest is that they have sales all the time. If an item is on the site for more than 30 days, it's usually marked down automatically, and it's marked down incrementally after that. I've seen items that I've saved marked down to 40, 50% before finally going to clearance. Not only that, you'll receive emails whenever something you save goes on sale. That's actually how I got the red Gucci Ophidia crossbody. The very first short I uploaded on YouTube, as a matter of fact, mentioned the importance of watching and waiting. And this couldn't apply more with Fashionfy. If you're willing to wait it out, you would be surprised, guys, how low some of the items sell for on that platform. The other thing that's super cool about Fashionfy is they have 4 brick and mortar locations, 3 in California and 1 in New York. So if you live in or near NYC, San Diego, or Irvine, you can even shop in person. Now, how cool is that? Before we move on, I wanted to remind you guys that my free ebook is now available. It's called 5 Tips of Purchasing Pre-Loved Luxury Online. It's a quick, simple read designed to help you shop with confidence, save money, and avoid getting scammed. It is pinned in the comments. It's also in my description and it's in my bio. So go ahead and download it if you don't have it already. The next 2 places to buy affordable luxury bags aren't online at all. And the first one that I like to discuss, guys, are going to be outlet malls. Now, just hear me out on this one. I mean, I know that when you think of outlets, you probably tend to think of popular contemporary brands like Ralph Lauren, Nike, Coach, Michael Kors, etc. But there are outlet malls right here in the United States that actually have high-end luxury shops inside of them. So Retail Merchandiser magazine published a blog post earlier this year about the outlet malls across the United States that offer a luxury shopping experience in addition to the traditional, and there was about 8 of them on the list. Now, unfortunately, there aren't any near me or my home city of St. Louis, but if you live or travel to Florida, California, Nevada, or New York on a frequent basis, you may have already shopped in one of these outlets. So there are about 8 on their list, and all of them are under the Simon Premium Outlet umbrella. So the one in Woodbury Commons, which is just an hour away from New York City, for instance, has the typical outlet shops like Nike, Aeropostale, Coach, etc. But they also have Fendi, Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci, Bottega, and many more. So I was talking to my best friend from high school a few weeks ago, and she does not like outlet malls at all. And she was telling me that she was persuaded to go and was pleasantly surprised to see the mall had high-end retailers. I believe she was at one in Florida. But outlets today have so much more to offer than the standard discontinued, slightly irregular, or closed out last season items. So don't be so quick to dismiss them if you have the opportunity to visit one of the Simon Premium outlets. Now, the last place that I wanted to talk about are thrift and consignment stores. Now, I think people are fully aware of the benefits of thrifting when it comes to buying garments. Some of my favorite YouTubers, for instance, are really good and have a flair for finding really expensive luxury pieces in some of the most unlikely thrift shops and consignment shops and getting them tailored to fit them perfectly. But I rarely see people on here showing their thrifted handbags. The best thing I've ever thrifted myself was a Coach bag that I got from Goodwill. The only other person I've seen on here that scored something big from a thrift shop was Noble String. So she got the LB Looping PM for $50 from a Goodwill. I believe it was somewhere in Memphis, and this was a few years ago. But they either didn't realize what they had or didn't care, because even today, those bags right now are still priced at close to $1,000 on the resale market, and some of them are higher than that. But outside of Goodwill, many larger cities have luxury consignment shops. So if you don't know of any in your city, just do a Google search for consignment shops in some of the richier or more upscale zip codes near you. They'll probably have some of the good stuff. And don't be afraid to negotiate. The same friend that I mentioned a few minutes ago told me how she negotiates at consignment shops all the time, and no one has ever refused to lower the price when she asks. Now, I would have never ever gone into a consignment shop even thinking to negotiate on something that, in my opinion, is already marked down. So my line of thinking is that these items are already priced fairly because they're used. But if you can negotiate for a lower price, then that's even better. And the other great thing about consignment shops is that you can find more unique pieces. So if you're working on like really building or curating your own personal style and moving away from trends or what everybody else is doing, the luxury consignment shops are more likely to have those pieces that can give your wardrobe that extra razzle dazzle. As with anything else, I strongly encourage you to use third-party authenticators whenever you buy luxury handbags from anyone other than the retailer. So Fashionfy and eBay both offer authentication services with purchases, but for my own peace of mind, I still pay for outside authenticators. So in my opinion, these are some of the best places to buy affordable designer bags. I hope you found this helpful, and let me know in the comments if you have shopped at any of the Simon Premium outlets I mentioned earlier. Also, if you haven't already, click to check out the 5 reasons why the city tote is better than the Never Full. Thank you so much again for watching, and don't forget, if you're going to buy it anyway, you may as well save a few coins. Talk to you later.